Right, so we've managed to configure the game, get it working, get a job. We're sitting at the job area at the moment. I had to take promods to get this. I had to take promods off to get it to work. So, oh, that's my wipers. Okay, where's my light? Right. Because the wheel's configured differently now, using a different wheel. I've got a learning curve on that as well. Right, so let's make a move and see if we can't get this job going. 51 hours, and we've got 35. Not gonna lie, looks okay with promods off as well. At least we got something working, that's the main thing. I'll have a bash at doing promods again tonight, put it back on. See if the error comes back. It'll be interesting to find out whether it's just that part of the map I'm having a problem with. However, the game was crashing on either trying to take a quick job or jumping from city to city, doing a, you know, the quick hop. Yeah, so whenever you go into your garage and say, right, I want to be at this particular garage and move me to it, the game was crashing as well. So there's two things going on really. It's either because of where you are in Scandinavia, and that's having the problem trying to move you. I didn't actually try promods. Well, actually, that would be interesting to try. Is put promods back on and jump, say, from, I don't know, north of Italy to south of Italy, doing a garage hop. Does it work? If it works, then you know it's maybe map related. Coming up on Brest. Might just drive in there and get the garage. No. Well, that was close. My mirror's a little wonky on that side. Oops. Yes. That one. I don't think I've left that in a very good position. There we go. Right, let's carry on, shall we? Police are out in force. So hopefully no more game crashes. All of a sudden my throat's decided to go. Awesome. Do apologise. You can feel the power of this truck. Not. Have we got any coffee left? Probably not. Nope. All gone. Drank it all stressing over the PC and the game not working. Ah! So yeah, it's early hours of the morning, so basically it's going to be getting to daytime of the game in about another hour, so I'll skip sleeping right now. And hopefully it'll be daytime soon enough, because it's what, 3:12 at the moment, so usually about 4:30 it'll be starting to lighten up in the game. So rather than waste a sleep session now, we'll save it for later on if we need it. Really now, it's all about how quick we can get to the eat through the 34 hours. Fuel-wise, gonna probably need to stop for fuel at some point. We'll take it down to about 200 odd litres. I think I'm going to change the some of the settings, because I believe my my money's now in the wrong. Yeah, it is on the wrong setting, because I had to take promods off to get it to work. We didn't stop in time for that one, did we? We may as well just go through. Yeah, we're not going down there. Oh, what the devil. Made a boo-boo. Need to find somewhere I can turn around, or this is going to be a very short trip. That'll do. Here I wanted to go. Man, we'll hit the... I don't know where this is taking me. No, I left it off for now. I have to check the map. Why are we traveling across? Really? Okay. I thought we were going to go that way, but that makes more sense. I wasn't expecting it. Remember the parking brake, silly. Okay. We'll run onto this roundabout if they all start moving. Nothing coming, we're good. That changed right at the last moment. Oh. Knock the switch again. Matthew, how you doing? You don't use a beta version now, it's the full game, so as long as your game is updated. However, today I'm having a problem with promods, but I don't know if it's a particular part of the map that's causing an issue or whether it's just my PC, so I've had to take promods off just so I could get in and play the game today, so I'll be doing a bit more testing tonight. The jobs I'm doing at the moment are in Scandinavia, and I seem to be having issues when moving in and out of Scandinavia. It's the first time it's been apparent for me. So at the moment I'm running with promods off as a test, and then we'll be putting promods back on and see whether the same issue reappears. That'll be later on because I'll do this job. Try taking your promods off me. Take promods off and see if the game runs fine and you can do the job you want to do, because that's what I'm doing now. This morning, every time I tried taking a job, the game was freezing completely and I had to, you know, Control-Alt-Delete, restart the PC or something to get it to come back. But every time I tried taking a job, or every time I tried to, say, jump from one garage to another garage using quick travel, it would freeze. So what I've done so far is just take promods off, load the game, and this is the normal game for the job I wanted to take, and it's working. So it'll be interesting to see whether if it's the same for you. Take promods off, does the game start working fine? As I said, what I'll be doing, I'll be putting promods back on once I've done this job, just to see whether the same thing repeats, because if it does, then I'll probably jump to the promods forums later on and post there as well. I've got limited time, unfortunately. I'm assuming, obviously, that you've got the new promods, you've got your game updated fully, and that you've got all the DLC as well. It's been a weird one this morning with ETS, I don't know why. Yeah, it's a weird one, I don't understand. So I know that if you take promods off, it works. I don't know which area of the map were you in? And as far as I remember, when I loaded the game this morning, I didn't see a game update file or anything, so it's not as if anything's changed, as far as I'm aware anyway. I may have missed it, because I must admit I wasn't paying attention. You're in London. Where were you trying to jump to? Was it just around the UK? I mean, it's not going to be a promods update. Then it's weird, then I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Unless there was a tiny configuration where they didn't put an update out for. Because I can't explain as to why. Because, you know, if it's a promods update, you'd have to physically download promods to update it. And the promods version has been running perfectly fine right up until today. It was kind of weird that I had the problem, but now that Matthew's got the same problem, that's kind of weird. The only way I've got the game working so far is by taking promods off, so I do wonder whether there's an issue with promods, or maybe a compatibility issue somewhere with ETS. You know, there's a lot to kind of match up, so it does make you wonder. It seems weird how it's only started was it a week down the line since? Probably a week or two. I don't remember how long it's been out now. So you've got promods off, and now it's working. See, the interesting thing then would be, okay, you take promods off, you jump your garage, make a new save, you know, force it to save, and then maybe put promods back on. Do you then get the same problem straight away? I mean, that's what I want to test after this. I'll do this job now, because I wanted to do a stream at least, and then at the end of it I'll have a look at putting promods back on. But with the length of this job, that might not be till this afternoon when because I got to go out at some point. Yeah, it's not a promods update. So there was an update to ETS and they didn't post it up. There's no revision change, which is surprising if that's the case. Or there is a deep compatibility issue with promods and the game somewhere. Well, I mean, I'm no programmer, I don't know. I mean, the only thing you can do really is post it on the promods forum that there's a problem, and they can have a look at it. I mean, you have to assume it's promods causing it, because when you take promods off it seems to work fine. Then again, on the flip side, what if you took all your mods off and just left promods on? Would it work fine? Yeah, let us know. Hello Dale, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. I have a Discord, but I just don't use it because I'm not a big Discord user, shall we say. But I have generated one. I'm in the wrong lane. What kind of things are you struggling with, Dale? Are they loading in, but they all loading in patchy? Or they're not loading at all? Where do you download from? Are you downloading just from the workshop? problem is, even if you have them, you're not going to know where the link came from. The only way I get mods is either through the workshop using Steam, or I just type what I need into Google, and I just Google search for, you know, ETS and the truck type, and you usually find a couple of links that come up. The only problem is with doing Google, where when you're downloading off these, you know, mod share sites and God knows what, and there's always a risk of viruses, unfortunately. Most of them that I've ever tried, not that I've done many, seem to be fine, but you do have to play safe, so make sure you do have a virus scanner running. And all you can do really is download and download until you find the one that works. I mean, that's what I've done in the past. I don't know. I've never actually tried that track, to be honest, so I'm going to be out of the loop on that one. Yeah, just search it on the workshop. If it's not there, do a Google search and that should come up with the details. Because I know there's plenty of sites out there that do share them. It's just a matter of going through them one by one. Most of them are duplicating anyway. And now this guy decides to move. Come on. Oop. We're weaving. Okay, yeah. I mean, mine, the beta isn't turned on mine, and I'm getting the same kind of issue, so it'll be interesting to find out whether it works for you. Because maybe I just need to toggle it off and back on and see whether that works for me. We both had an issue with promods this morning. Whenever I tried to take a job, the game was crashing, and whenever I then tried to jump from one garage to another, the game was crashing. So far, the only way I've got the game to work today was by taking promods off, which is what it's running at the moment. This is promods off now as a test. I'm going to do this job, and then we're going to look at putting promods back on and see whether the same thing happens again. That's weird, I haven't changed any of my mods. You know, the new Pro mods came out. I've added it in. I've tweaked some mods myself. But since then I haven't touched it, and the game's been working perfectly fine up until today, and all of a sudden I'm getting the errors, so it does seem rather strange. But whether it's a promods issue, whether it's a mod, whether it's an ETS issue, it's a bit up in the air at the moment. Now, I could understand if I was swapping mods left, right and centre and I found something that caused a crash, then yeah, I would say it was a mod, but I've run the same mods for the last week. Only today though, I mean granted I didn't play yesterday, but only today I'm getting an error. Yeah, I got to look at doing that. But again, you know, just because your mod folder's got a load of mods, you've got to actually select those mods to be enabled in the game. Yeah, whenever I put pro mods in, I make sure that the old pro mod files are removed, and I only use the new one. But again, you can have mods not used in your folder, because when you've got to remember that when you go into the game, you're selecting the mods you want to use, and only those mods will be loaded into the game. So really, the mods that are just sitting in the folder shouldn't have an effect on your game, but in the sense of trying to keep everything nice and tidy, it may be worthwhile just doing that. Go through your mods. Yeah, so it is weird. I can't think of what I would turn off. Maybe it's the order. But then again, thinking about it, unless someone's updated a mod to try and make it compatible with the new game, and that's caused a problem. There's just so many different ways of looking at it. It can be annoying. And this is why ETS doesn't support anything when you're running mods, and I can understand why. Gladly, it's 22 hours for this now, but there's a big ferry trip, so a lot of that is going to be ferry, probably about 10 hours. Let's have a look at the old map a second. I want to see how far away I am. Oh, there we are. We've covered some good ground. Need to head across then. It's a good area, isn't it? Makes a change, that's for sure. Quite a few scenic roads. To be honest, I've got to go back there and just finish off mapping the area, because I know there's some pockets I haven't done, but the majority of it's done if I remember correctly. Yeah, slippery roads. Yeah, I was actually surprised that they programmed in that. I wasn't expecting it. You know, when you first drive out there, you're powering through the snow, and then all of a sudden, whoop, you can feel it slipping. It's good. Excuse me. Take care, Dale. Right, and not too fast, or I'll end up toppling over. So we're not too far now, just got to go across the UK and then we get to the port and then we'll nip it across to the destination then. Okay, that's bugging me. I've got to go into the settings. Where are we? Gameplay. That's the money back to normal at least. That was just bugging me. Fuel wise, I think we'll stop. We'll probably be okay, but with all the problems I've had this morning, I just want to play it safe, I think. That's all we need. actually 3 lanes. What's going on here? Is the AI having a wacky time again? We've got plenty of fuel, still got 20 hours, but a lot of that's going to be eaten up by the ferry ride when we get to the dock. Getting gear. Trying to fathom out why my mirrors aren't working in this particular track. See if that helps, shall we? Nope. Mirrors on the right hand side on this truck don't want to work properly. No, I'll just leave that mirror up on the corner of the screen. That'll help the main mirror in the game work properly at least. Well, this looks like this could be the dock area coming up. We'll find out now when we turn this corner. Whoa. Can't be too far away. There's the docks. Okay. Ding dong. Finally got that job dropped off. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that there. Mainly because I'm running out of time today. I've got to nip out, do some stuff. I'll be back later. With regards to promods and the game itself, I'll check that later and I'll report back in the next video with ETS as to what I found out. What I'll do is I'll look at adding promods back in yet again and see whether the game starts behaving itself or whether there's something else going on. But either way, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.